Alright, we'll go ahead and retwist these things. Hopefully you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. Hopefully I can time lapse it, get it cracking for y'all. But here, get the close up on these joints. Wow, you can see they need to be retwisted. You see the new growth coming out of it. So they need to get done. Quarantine retwist. But sometimes I'll retwist my own hair even if it's not quarantine time. So I just used any gel that I get from, any store. Nothing special. So when I retwist, I use a method where I just fill my hair and I'll retwist it and I'll lay it to the side and I do one half of the head at a time. And it's not the best method for everyone, but for me, because I'm not gonna be putting the clips in and all that, it works for me. So I just give it a strong twist and lie it to the side. I don't put too much gel on there.
Sup, family time?
And then I just lie it to the side. What's up, son?
My dad done eating, but mom's eating still.
Oh, okay. Quarantine school time. He just waiting for his mom to get done. Strong twist. Lie that puppy to the side, and I just go down a center. It's more of a center in my mind because my hair doesn't really have a center part line. I did my own dreads, so I didn't make a center part line. I just kind of dreaded where I felt like the dread should be. And I have a towel in my lap to wipe my hands periodically. I call it the fill method. They probably, professionals probably have a real name for it, but I pretty much know after I retwist it and lie it, I pretty much know that it's done. So when I fill in my head, I know that I already did that dread. So like when I'm getting to the back and I can't see anything, I just gotta fill. And I probably use a different method for the back, but I just want to get one out the way, just to just to fill it when I come back to it. It's Monday. I decided I'm gonna start this Monday off very productive, even though I took the day off of work, but I got lots of other work to do, lots of stuff to take care of around the house, family stuff, bills, not bills, but something like my 16-year-old, his braces has been bothering him. So right when I'm done with this, I'm gonna hit the dentist up, see if we can get an emergency appointment, that sort of stuff. Get him up in there, see if we can take care of these braces. Family stuff, you know what I'm saying? What's up, son?
Do you remember where the light bulb is for mom's lamp?
Yeah, it's in the cabinet above the um, medication, the medicine on the very top. I get to sweating, man. This is work. This is work for me, y'all. Your boy gets to sweating. Look at all that new growth right there. That's a lot of new growth since I seen my hairdresser last. Let me take a break for a second. You see, I'm sweating like a motherfucker. It's all good though. I don't mind sweating. I don't mind sweating at all. I tried to twist it real tight at the root, maybe even make it double down on itself, for you guys that twist your hair or does hair, you probably know what I mean. I'm probably not using the right terminology, but I twist it hard enough to where it curls up on itself, right down at the bottom. And I just, run my fingers across it and lay that puppy down. Only thing I worry about really is the hair drying up. Because once the hair dries, it doesn't twist, it doesn't stay, it doesn't take to the gel right. So I always want to come up with some sort of technique to re-wet it. I was thinking a spray bottle and just kind of spray the roots, or dipping my hand in some water and kind of re-wetting the roots, because even these ones are starting to look a little dry. But just because I'm sweating, I'm keeping it just wet enough. You know what I'm saying? I twist my hair to the right because my hairdresser twisted to the right. I started when I dreaded them, I twisted them to the left. Um, and they actually, the first time I got dreads, it took about a year for them to lock. This time when I got them, it only took, I don't know, 3 months for it to start locking. So when I twisted them to the left, and then my hairdresser, she was like, I twist them to the right. And I'm like, all right, do you. They were already locking. So it didn't even mess with the hair at all. I don't know why the first time I got dressed it took a year for it to lock. That hair was rebellious. But I tell you what, I had smaller dreads the first time, and I had, I don't know, I'm gonna say about 83 dreads, 80, 80, about 83 to 85 dreads in my hair. This time I only got like probably 46 to 50. So my first pair of dreads was very tedious and beautiful. They were incredible. This time I wanted some thicker dreads, because when I had my first pair of dreads, you can see like the lines are starting to show in between these dreads. When I had my first pair of dreads, uh, I started to dread two dreads together because they started to get thin. So when they started getting thin, I would dread two dreads together to make it thick again. So I don't know if it was because I was twisting them a lot, but I would dread two dreads together to make them thick again. So this time when I was thinking to myself about doing my dreads when I did them, I was thinking I'm not going to make them that thin again, because I already know what's going to happen. And I made them a little thicker, a lot thicker. Well, no, I guess halfway thicker, half thicker. So you can tell these are already looking better. One thing I was worried about with my dreads, because with my first pair of dreads, the back bottom of my head, whenever I would get them retwisted, they would cause little bumps, because it'd be pulling. Because at the back bottom of the head, you're pulling like what we call the kitchen, and you're pulling strands of hair at that point in time. You're not even pulling real hair, like a thick hair, right? Like I have in my hand. You're pulling at the bottom, very bottom. You got strands of hair. Like this right here, this dread right here is super thick. This one, super thick and super rebellious. I'm cool with it. You can hear. Hold on, let me get this dread out the way. You can hear my hair popping, because loose hair will get tied up in a different dread. So when I retwist it, I gotta pop that loose hair out of the other dread. I don't know how that happens. It's our hair is magic, man. This hair, magic, bro. So when stuff like that happens, I just accept that there's a lot of life and strength in this right here and this stuff right here. A lot of life and strength. You hear that popping? I'm just popping it out. And I don't, and it's not that I just twisted it up in another dread. Like I could find places on this side, like I just popped one out on this side that has the same scenario popping off. Thing is, like the process of doing this, it's a little bit strenuous, on the arms, but when it's done, I'll be very happy, man. All right, what dread do I want to go to now? So I'm just filling around. I'm just trying to go in order, front to back, right now, and I'm just filling around to see which dreads I did, which dreads I didn't do. And I could do this with my eyes closed because I'm just feeling, using my hands to feel. As a matter of fact, if I did it with my eyes closed, I'll probably be doing it quicker. Not necessarily better, but quicker. Nose itching, y'all gotta forgive me. My nose ain't running, it's just itching. There we go. Popping single strands of hair. Sometimes when I twist my dreads, just to twist them on a normal day, you know, because you have them, you might as well just twist them, play with them. I can feel hair inside the dread cutting loose from the root or cutting loose from my scalp. I kind of always wonder if that's okay, but I figure if it's going to grow back, it's going to grow back within the core of the dread, so it's only going to make the dread stronger. Whew. Arms tired, baby. Arms tired. Keep on going. It's a workout, baby. It's a workout. I like when my hairdresser does it because she be flying through these dreads, man. She would have been done by now with the retwist. I'll be sitting under the blow dryer right now. She only needs 10 minutes for the retwist. She put these clips up in that joint. She twists, put it in a clip, twist, put it in a clip, twist, put it in a clip. When she done, she look at it, pow, pow, pow. And they be looking good. And then she sit me under the dryer for an hour. That's the only part I don't like. I like talking to my hairdresser. I like her twisting my hair, taking care of my hair. But then I go up under the hair dryer and my scalp get burnt. Doesn't really get burnt. Whenever I feel it burning, I raise up. You better believe it. I don't just sit there and let my scalp get burnt. But hair dryer's part is boring. Man, I'm dripping. Forgive me. Or don't. It don't matter. Just watch these retwists. Now this one I did already. The retwist didn't take very well, so I'm gonna retwist it. Retwist it. Like I said, I'm just twisting to the right. I focus at the root, but then I work my way up a little bit. I don't really super twist the ends. I really focus on the root. This one was retwisted already. I'll go ahead and lay that down. I'm just feeling which ones were done, which ones were not. And I like to move it, like when I grab it at the root and I move it around, trying to feel if there's any single stragglers at any pivot of the dread. Because if there are, I'll pop it out. Because what I don't want is a single hair from some other place in my head getting tapped into a dread it's not supposed to be in, because I can feel the pulling of that single hair for the rest of my life. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. Put these to one side. So you could see which side was done and which side wasn't done. I said, I ain't no hairdresser. I ain't doing the perfect job, but I'm doing a good job to keep my dreads right. It's not gonna look like when my hairdresser does it. She kills it, man. Her name is Condra. Even with a name like that, you already know it's about to be on and popping, baby. On and popping, right? So you look at the difference. Let me get out your light real quick. You can see this side, and you can see this side. You can tell this side had some work. It's like a old woman coming up out of the plastic surgeon. You can tell it has some work. You feel what I'm saying? So let me hit the back real quick. Hit those dreads that I didn't touch yet. I don't like one thing I don't like about thin dreads, and it can happen with fat ones too, is the prospect of them being pulled out. That's really what I don't like. I don't do anything that my dreads should be pulled out, but you just never know. Being active, just working out in a gym, if a dread gets caught in a weight machine, a weight machine, you want that dread to snatch your hair, your whole head. You don't want your hair to separate from the dread. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted my dress to be a little bit thicker this time around. But I mean, anything could happen. But it's not going to though. So same process. I'm just gonna dread it up or twist it up. Throw the gel at the bottom of it. And lie that sucker to the side. Fried, dyed, and lied to the side. Sucker, it ain't fried and it ain't dyed. I don't know. I think I would dye my hair though. Get it a little longer. I might dye the tips, the very tips of them, red like this box. My favorite colors are black and red, so just for my hair to emulate that would be amazing. I am a businessman, so I need to worry about how it would look for my business. But my business is entertainment. Desert City Entertainment is my business. It's a record label. What I don't like when it comes to hairstyles that uh, the greater business population can't wear, such as dreads, the greater business population being white men. What I don't like is they think it's done for musical purposes and to fit in with my culture of music, of hip hop. No, I would never dread my hair to fit in with anything. What I liked about dreads is reading about them, reading how, in ancient times, only the highest spiritual leaders were allowed to wear dreads. And dreads have always represented a power within a person, a power within people. Something about power, electric, connected to the hair, that sort of thing. Spiritual power has always been related to dreads. I wear it to renew myself daily. My dreads remind me to be a better me today than I was yesterday. There's a lot of strength in these mugs right here, man. A lot of strength in my hair. A lot of strength in our hair as black people. A lot of life in it. I know hair is supposed to be dead follicles, but there's a lot of life in it, man. It's not. It just doesn't end there. So, someone asked me how long am I going to grow my dreads out. I said I'm never cutting these things. Only way I cut my dreads is if I start to go bald. I'm 41 years old. I ain't going bald, bro. It's not happening. But if I did, that's the only way I cut my dreads off. Everybody talks about my receding hairline. Well, first of all, I've had it since I was in grade school. But it's not really, I just have a big ass forehead, right? I headbutt the life out of you, bro. I headbutt the whole life out of you. Your soul. I headbutt your soul out of you. I got a big old forehead. I'm cool with that though. I'm alright with that. They ain't ever stopped me from expanding, getting anything in this world. Here's my other big dread. I got two big thick dreads on this side. This is one of them. This is one of them. Those suckers are rebellious, bro. They do whatever they want to do, man. I'm gonna twist it up right now. This sucker, this dude is gonna be out in like, I'm a straight jacket him right now. This dude is gonna escape in probably like an hour. He hard headed, and his big brother right here. This is the biggest dread I have in my head. Let me put a little bit of extra gel right here. His big brother right there. A little bit of extra gel on him. Bad influence. He a bad influence, man. Twist him tight. I'm putting this straight jacket on him tight, super tight. Because old boy is a bad influence to the whole head of dread. He be making these dudes want to revolt. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to come from the back and work my way to the front and finish in the front. I like to do my hair in sections because in my mind I'm making a lot of progress. Like when I finish a section, it's a victory for me. So I don't get bored doing these things. It's like I'm getting it done. Sure, I've only been doing this for 24 minutes, man. It's not that bad, actually. Yeah, when I first did my dreads, I probably had something like 30 dreads in my head. That's how thick I did them. But when I went to my hairdresser, you know, she's good, man. She's like, you know what, you did a good job with these dreads, but some of them I'm gonna have to split in two. And I was just like, hey, you are the professional. Do what you gotta do to make me look how I need to look. Feel what I'm saying? I need healthy, strong dreads. So she hooked it up. When she be done with my dreads, when she be done retwisting those things be in there tight. I be like, yo, how? Like right now, when I finish it, I twist it tight. But once I release, the tension is gone. When she releases, Of course, she keeps the hair clips in my head. I go to the dryer for 45 minutes, and then when she takes the hair clips out, the dreads still be tight. I be expecting the tension to let up, because sometimes they be tight, you know. So I'll be like, oh yeah, she's gonna take these clips out. This tension's gonna let up. Tension be tight. She know what she doing. Whew, arms tired. Y'all hairdressers be having some strong fingers, bro. Okay, I thought I was gonna start back there and work my way up, but yo, my arms are tired. So I could take a break, or I could take a break by twisting the front dreads, which is what I have decided to do, because I don't want to stop. I want to keep on moving, don't stop. Oh, keep on moving. Keep on moving, don't stop. Oh. Look at that one. Boom, that one's getting some length on it. I think it's like a massage for my dreads, because once I hit the dread with the twist, pow, 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 that dude be getting relaxed sometimes. Like the skinny ones, the skinnier ones, the fat ones, they busting out with the buffness, but the skinny ones, they be like, okay, I'm gonna chill out right here. I'm twisting these mugs right. No, I'm not even twisting those right. I get a little confused, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with my confusion, alright? Go to the other side of the head. I don't even know which way is right no more. I'm right now. I'm getting it right though. I'm getting it right. They don't mind. They ain't mad at me. Twist these suckers to the right side. Hairdresser gonna be upset. Like, oh, you twisting your hair all wrong to the wrong side. My bad. Quarantine is almost over. I'm thinking already. Like, they opened up some hairdressers, so I'm just thinking, shoot, I'm taking my time though. I work in a insurance field for older elderly, and my clientele, they're in assisted living facilities. So those facilities are getting hit extremely hard. People are dying. So let me just tell you, I'm not rushing back to get into a normal flow of society. I'm just not. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. When we get, don't get me wrong, I want to go to work, but at work I could sit at my desk and I could practice social distancing. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to go to work. I am tired of being at home, but I'm not looking forward to jumping in to, you know, a beautician's chair right now, or just going through my hair. Okay, that's it, bro. That's it. I guess they are a little bit mad at me that I twisted them the wrong way first, but they don't have to get over that. So all I'm gonna do is blow dry, and I'm done, and that's it. Should look much better than what it was when we started. Blow dry, and I'm out of here. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. I'm out.